time of me filming this little snippet is Friday, June 12th. Yeah, this was today's workout. The warm out. The warm up is the same as yesterday's, like exactly the same. Then this was the exercise. Like this set was no problem. Set of this, rest 3 times. That was fine. This was fine. You know, set of the top, set of the bottom, rest. That was great. This right here though, kicked my butt. It always does. Like this is not a set of this and a set of this. No, it's this, and the 2 on this page. So you do 4 things back to back to back to back, and then rest. So this is fine. I can do those all right. This was fine. This was fine, but this one, I overloaded myself. Yeah, I was doing too big of a weight, and then I was also doing it backwards. So I was doing the motion where you move from the bottom to the top, but my legs were reversed. So I've like lost my balance a couple of times. And that's why. But I also cut my weight back. I went from a 15-pound down to a 10-pound weight, and it was still working for me, and it still kicked my butt. But yeah, the first time through this workout, the 4 things, oh my gosh, I was so wiped. I laid here on my bed just panting for like 5 minutes, trying to recover. But yes, so I'm going to go make breakfast now because I am super hungry. Breakfast is the same old, is anyone surprised? I eat the same things every day, I swear. 1 boiled egg with everything bagel seasoning, sriracha, crushed red pepper, homemade sourdough bread with 2 scrambled eggs, a wedge of Laughing Cow pepper jack cheese, and 3 slices of Canadian bacon, and then supplement stack, which is fish oil and beef organ this morning. That's it. Beef organs, not beef organ. It's a mixture. Yeah, there's breakfast. And then I got to go out and finish my yard work. I got to mow my backyard again, so that's fun. I took my son out driving. I left the house at 2 o'clock and realized I had not had lunch and I was hungry. So I thought about just getting a protein shake, but I was like, no, I think I need something a little more substantial. So we pulled into the local grocery store when we were coming back home, and now it's after 3. It's 3:15. So I just got a sandwich. This is just some famous Ingles chicken salad. It is the absolute best chicken salad. It's so good. It is dirty as all get out because it's made with mayonnaise and God only knows what's in it, but it is 470 calories, so there's that. Yeah, that's what I'm having. Hey y'all, I am a couple of days behind in uploading my videos, so I'm gonna have to take the time to go through and actually do all the editing, which is the not so fun part and the time consuming part. And yeah, that sandwich I just had for lunch, I think it was a lot more than they're saying that it was. The packaging says, I have it right here, it's like 0.375 pounds, which is less than half a pound. It's like 1/3 of a pound. I don't think that's correct. I think that was more like half a pound at least, if not a full pound of food that I just ate. I don't know. It felt pretty heavy. And when I was eating it, you know, it was 2 pita halves, and I was eating it, and I was looking at each one, and I was like, I feel like each one of these is like a solid cup of chicken salad. I don't know. Of course, my fat booty ate all of it. To be fair, though, I hadn't had lunch, and I almost died this morning. Like, not really. But I worked so hard today. I worked so freaking hard. I have blisters all over my hands from that mower handle. Look, I got one right there, and then all this is getting that thick, like, calloused from wrestling with that freaking mower. My backyard has terrain that is very rough, and it's hilly, and there's obstacles and things to go around, and not to mention there were parts of the yard that I don't even think have been mowed yet this year, this season, and I had to get out there and take care of it. So, but I went around and showing my son, I was like, look where I mowed, see where I mowed, this is where I want you to mow. But I digress. Okay, back on track, Erica. So this morning's workout kicked my butt. Friday mornings always do. I overdid it on some of the stuff because I found that I was using too much weight or doing things a little improperly or what have you, and I was just like, this ain't cutting it, man. I know the last like working set of exercises, you do a set of 4 exercises before you can rest. When I finished the first set of those exercises, I like collapsed on the bed and I was like, I need some time to recover. And I laid there for what felt like 5 minutes just cuddling with my dogs and trying to breathe. But I finished it. I got up and did the other, the remaining 2 sets of 4 exercises. It gets confusing. But I finished it. And I also realized that I'm not using my mic right now. I meant to, but I forgot. So my air conditioning unit is going, and hopefully that won't be too obnoxious, and hopefully my cats won't be hollering and my dogs shaking their collars and just making a lot of background noise. Anyways, yeah, so I went out and took care of my yard this morning. You know, as I was just talking about, my backyard, it has been an absolute mess. My yard is pretty big anyways. It's, you know, especially compared to some of my other neighbors. I have a decent sized backyard. My lot's pretty good size. And when we first bought this property, you should have seen it. It was insane. The whole backyard was a jungle. It was wall-to-wall greenery. There was no accessing it. The bank or whoever owned it and was trying to sell it to us had to go through and pay somebody to come and do some landscaping. And I'm sure it took them several days to tackle that mess because it was bad. Well, if you don't subdue this property regularly, like go out there and tame the jungle, it will get out of hand in a hurry. And that's what I was dealing with some of the overgrowth and the greenery and stuff that's just growing around the fence and things that no one seems to want to take care of, even when they do go out there and take care of stuff. They miss these parts of the yard. So I went out there and took care of it. And I love my mower. It's a little electric thing. It takes a battery. So that's the downfall, is if it runs out of juice, it runs out of juice. So it took me 2 days to get back there and take care of it. I worked on it yesterday till the battery died. Then I plugged it in and charged it and went out there and worked some more till the battery died. And then I was out there on it today for like another hour. It was insane. I came in and I was like dying. I was drenched in sweat. And my hair, this is the first time I've ever done this. Now, I have sweated where my hair gets wet. Every time I go work out, you know, the hair back here and the hair around my face will be wet and sticking to my face. It's really attractive, let me tell you. But when I came in, I pulled my ponytail holder out and I ran a brush through my hair just to make sure there wasn't any grass or anything in my hair. There wasn't. But my hair was so wet, the entirety of my hair was soaked. Like I had just gotten out of the shower and maybe towel dried my hair. I mean, the back part was wet, like it's like dripping. Like I had not towel dried. The top was like towel dried. The back was like just got out sopping wet. It was crazy. So I ran my brush through it and I let it just dry on its own. I would brush it periodically and then kind of do this. And so this is style a la sweat. But my hair was clean. You know, I got up this morning, I took my shower, I washed my hair, I did all the good things. And then I always do this. I don't know why. I get all clean so I can go work out in the yard or work on the chicken coop or pick up trash or haul something heavy outside. I don't know why I always do that. On a shower day, I don't shower every day. You don't have to shower every day unless you work for like construction or you're getting really dirty. But the average person really should not be showering every day because you're stripping your body of natural oils and it really causes an overproduction of oils and it's not a good thing, especially for your hair. But yeah, but my hair still feels soft and clean. It's only sweat. It's not like it's grime and dirt and grunge and stuff like that. And when I vacuum, it is like vacuuming. When I mow my yard, I have the bag on the mower so it picks up all the grass and it's not flinging it all over me, because that would suck, especially everything I had to deal with out there. It was an absolute nightmare. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've learned. I I probably should be in more of a caloric deficit than I am, but I'm not trying to do that right now because clearly I'm going through a bulk. I am gaining muscle because I'm getting stronger. That's another thing I meant to mention in the last video and I forgot. In my workout on Wednesday, the 10th, there was reverse lunges. Now, I have not been able to do reverse lunges because I like try to overcompensate with other muscles, and I'm trying to do them wrong apparently because wasn't strong enough and wasn't good in my form, and so I was hurting myself if I tried to do reverse lunges. So I had been replacing the reverse lunges with a goblet squat. Well, on Wednesday I was actually able to accomplish reverse lunges, and the only thing I had to really worry about was my balance. So, you know, because you're not stepping forward, you're stepping behind you. And so I kind of was next to the wall so I could, you know, put my hand on the wall and not fall or whatever. And it worked. It worked. I was so happy that I was able to do those exercises. And it just made me think of, like, one of the warm-ups that we do is, what are those called? Bear crawls. And I can't remember the first time I ever tried to do bear crawls. It was like 5 years ago, probably. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I don't know. But it was quite a while ago. And I couldn't even do them. I was like, how am I supposed to do this? It's not physically possible. It hurts so bad. Because that engages. When you're doing them properly, bear crawls will engage your core. You're using your hamstrings. You're using your glutes and your quads. And of course, every muscle in your arm. They're actually a great practice if you can master a good bear crawl. My knees are probably still a little too far up off the ground. Like, your knees are only supposed to be like 4 inches off the ground, and my knees are probably more like 6 or 8 inches off the ground, maybe 6. Because I'm trying to keep my knees down low, but, you know, considering that in the past I couldn't even do them, and now I can. So even if they're slightly unintentionally modified. So, but I will work on it. I'll work on getting my form, you know, my knees closer to the ground and making myself stronger, because I'm all about pushing myself. Like, this is a whole new person than what I used to be. I don't shy away from a challenge. Like, even when I went out there to take care of my yard. Like, my son's supposed to be doing this. This is his job, to take care of our yard. And I will pay him for it if he does it properly, and, you know, yada, yada, yada. He's a kid. He needs to have chores and responsibility. Well, after the yard not getting done to my liking so many times, I mean, it's been weeks, I finally, you know, was like, I'll do it. I don't care. I'll do it. So I did. I was like, show me how to start this mower. And it was my first time using that mower, and I did it. I tackled it. I subdued the earth, and I felt good for it. And of course, I almost died this morning. I literally, when I came in from working out in the yard, working outside, when I came in from that, I was so wiped. All I could do was pull out the chair at my kitchen table and sit down and not move. I mean, my water cup with my electrolyte water it only had about that much water in the bottom of it, and I sucked that down to make sure. I was like, I got to get some water. And, I mean, I've been drinking water all morning when I was exercising, but I sweated buckets out there, y'all. So, I didn't even have the energy to get up and fill my water. I had to sit there recovering, trying to recuperate and breathe and just not die. I did not get to the point where the circle was closing in, like I was going to black out and pass out. I have done that before. That's been a long time ago. I know better than to work to that point. But I was just out there in the thick of it, like, I need to do this. I want to get it done. I need to do it. Are you itchy, Bandit? Oh, my baby. She's the favorite. Like, Pepper is pretty and gorgeous and just a striking little dog, and she's sitting in my lap right now. But that one is the cutest, I think. And everyone just loves her. She's such a doll. She's scared of people, though. So, like, when we go out for a walk, if she sees one person, she's done. And if they approach us, she's, like, scrambling to try to get away. Whereas Pepper is like, pet me, running up to them, trying to get attention and smell them all over and see what they smell like, you know. But anyways, I've yammered long enough, I think. It's, like, going on 12 minutes. I probably better shut up. I just wanted to chit chat about that. And I don't know how to track that sandwich that I had for lunch. Whenever I go and look in my chronometer and I look at like the nutrition information, I mean, I can find random chicken salads, but it's not the same one from Ingles, I'm sure. And those ones said that, like, or the one I was looking at said that a cup of chicken salad was like 556 calories or something. And I was like, well, I just had about 2 cups worth. So I don't know. I legitimately do not know. But I'm not worrying about it. I worked really hard last night. I worked really hard this morning. And I got my workout this morning too. So your girl has been on it. And I am just not worrying too terribly much about calories. I mean, I am trying to be mindful of them and keep them at a reasonable zone, but I'm just not worrying about it. I'm watching the scale. The scale is not really changing. I mean, sometimes the general trend is to go down, but it might be by like half a pound a week after it goes up and down and up and down and up and down, which is fine. Honestly, I'm thrilled with half a pound a week. That's great, as long as the general trend is going down. But you know what? Even if it wasn't, even if it was just staying in one spot, I'm building muscle because I'm getting stronger, and muscle weighs more than fat. And my clothes are fitting differently in some areas. And so I'm just letting it ride. I'm focusing not on weight loss per se, but on strength building. I'm focusing on building muscle and on getting stronger. And that's the goal. And let me tell you, it is liberating. It is so liberating to not just sweat every little bite. Like, oh no, I went over my calories. I had 2,000 calories instead of 1,700. I'm going to gain weight. That's not what it is right now, baby. I can eat 2,000 calories and not gain, and sometimes even lose on that, which is crazy. And I love it. So that's where I'm at right now. And I don't guess I'm really going to show my macros after this. I'll show what I eat for supper, whatever that ends up being. We're going to Sam's Club tonight because this is payday Friday, and I need cat food. My poor old tomcat that lives outside most of the time, he is out there hollering, feed me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, baby, you just going to have to kill you another squirrel, because he did kill one earlier this week, but he needs to kill him another one, because he hasn't gone that long without food. I fed him last night, but this morning there was no more food, and I'm like, I can't give you any more, but he'll be fine till this evening. Anywho, I'm going to sign off for now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Hit like and subscribe if you're not. Hit the bell. Stay along for the ride. I'm really glad that you're here. And I just appreciate you taking the time out of your valuable schedule to watch me just flap my jaws. Thanks again, y'all. I will catch you in the next one, all right? Be positive, be grateful, and be blessed. Bye. It is so freaking hot, and I don't know if you can hear me very well or not, because my air conditioner is going right there. I'm in my bedroom right now. I just wanted to tie up the day and finish the day. I didn't film on Thursday. I mean, I filmed a few things here and there, and then I didn't have a complete day, and I was just like, it was another stressful day, and I just went, I'm just gonna take the day off. So that's why there's no video for Thursday. But this was Friday. And for dinner, I ended up having, I wasn't hungry until, oh my gosh, till we were about done shopping at Sam's Club. And I got, we ended up going to Starbucks because my husband wanted to try this new horchata coffee. And I was like, well, I haven't had anything from Starbucks in like forever. And so while we were there, I got a cake pop because they're only like 150 calories. I think the one I got was 170, but it was shaped like a unicorn. I wish I'd taken a picture of it. It was so cute. But I had a cake pop, and then I had a protein latte, an iced sugar-free caramel iced latte. It was grande. That's all I know. It was about 200 calories. And then on the way home, we stopped at Dollar General for some cat food because Sam's Club didn't have the cat food that we normally buy. And they only had one kind of cat food, and they only had like one bag of it. So it's like, well, let's go see if we can just grab a bag on the way home, because my poor cat was starving. My poor Tom cat outside, he needed food. He has been fed. He's doing great. He was quite happy to have his Friskies. But my husband bought these beef sticks. I think the brand is Duke's or something, and they're really good. They're pretty clean, relatively, I think, from what I remember. But they're like as big as your finger, like maybe as big around as your finger, and they're like anywhere from 3 to 4 inches long. And well, I say my finger, they're like as big around as my finger. Look, my hand is covering the camera. But yeah, they're like little fingerling sausages, and I had like 3 of those, and that was probably like 60 calories, who knows, 60, 70, I don't know, but it was some good protein, and it was enough to satiate me and keep me full. So that was dinner, and like I said, I had no idea how to track my lunch, so I just kind of kept a loose bearing on my caloric intake, and I'm not really worried about it. I worked so hard today. I'm miserable. I probably look miserable. I washed all my makeup off so I could go to bed, and that's what I'm getting ready to do. So I will catch you guys in the next video. There's not going to be any macros shown for the day. Just, it was an off-the-cuff day, but it was a productive day, a good day, and I'm exhausted. So thank you for watching. I will catch y'all in the next one. Be positive, be grateful, and be blessed. Bye.